My husband and I have decided we would like to claim back our home. Trying to put this home in a way that it is very easy for them to clean up after themselves. My home is my office. Not only do I need a place away from the toys, but they need a place that's functional. A couple things I've learned that are not functional over the years. Beautiful little perfect art spaces that you see on Pinterest and you're like, that is so fabulous, I'm gonna do that. And maybe it's just because I have 3 boys back to back. Not a good idea. Playrooms don't happen the way you think they're gonna happen. We have yet to have a playroom function in the capacity that it was supposed to function. They just destroy it, and then they don't wanna play in there because they've destroyed it, and they've destroyed it within minutes. And I know there's the whole, well, take out one thing and don't move on to something else until you've put away that one thing. And if you want that to be your full-time job, mandating that, go for it. It has not worked in 7 years for me. You can spend all day punishing as well, but I have things to do. I started out like sorting everything, cars, action figures, and my life became making sure that they got into the correct bins. And like I couldn't even sleep at night knowing that all the bins were mismatched and nobody was putting stuff back where it belonged. And again, in a perfect world, you would be able to stand over them and mandate this and teach them valuable lessons. The valuable lesson that I have started to focus all of my time and energy toward is before you go to bed, I want all this junk on the floor in that bin right there. Done. Nailed it. We're kind of in a transition of tots, which is sad, to little boys. And with little boys, I'm learning it's all about pieces. This has been the last hour, is looking through these appendages to figure out if there's actually some semblance of a toy left. They're made like this. They're made to come apart so you can mix and match them. And it ends up just creating this nonsense, like any toy you buy, like will this occupy them with all this fun imagination for hours at a time? Nope, not really. About 5 minutes of fun and then there they go to the bottom of the toy bin. We used to have 2 of these. I have limited it now, we are down to 1. This is from Home Depot, it's 30 bucks. A really good 30 bucks because they can beat it, they can kick it, shallow enough that they can reach to the bottom of it. And when we have guests, I usually empty it out and put ice in it and put drinks in it. So it serves 2 purposes. Rest assured, the rest of them, they're that red bin. So I've learned over the years that your friends' toys are much more fun than your toys, always. Every once in a while, I can dump this bad boy into that and that into there, and they have a fresh set of new toys. The Legos and the Connects do not go in the boys' room. I've learned the hard way that nothing with little pieces can be left to them, because they will just, literally I walked in, my son was throwing Legos around the room like it was confetti. It is now my daughter's /playroom. These are the stuffed animals that I've played with the most. These are the ones that stayed. I thought I was so clever for doing this. I loved the basket on the wall look there into some studs, but I learned that anything protruding from a wall in the boys' room will get hung on, pulled on, had them all down the wall. It didn't work. They were on pretty good, but they were tearing up the wall. So now I just kept the one where they can't really reach it. Living you learn. They were supposed to be floating. They do float. They float on the wall. So I wanted them to be able to hang off of them and climb from them, be crazy on them without worrying that one was gonna fall into the other. So even though my husband like put all of his weight on that one right there and like bounced up and down, we added this ladder just in case. The ladder supported down there. Inevitably, they bring kids in here and they jump off the top, so we pull out the trundle so they have a safe place to land. So far, no broken bones. Let's hope it stays that way. We had an R, a K, and a Z on the wall. They have since destroyed all but the R because I beat it in that corner. That was like the 6th time I put it up there, so you can't see the lovely scuffs all over the wall where they've put their feet. They got these cool LED lights and hooked it up so the whole thing glowed at night. It was very, very rad. Except like with anything, the boys destroyed it. They went down there underneath, turned it into a fort, and kept pulling them down until now the LED doesn't work anymore. So, great idea in concept. That is full of dress-up stuff. Boy or girl, any age, they want to dress up. I got that from IKEA, super cheap. Whatever you put in here, it will be taken out and it will be all over the floor 3 times a day. Okay, so there was a time when I had these cute little shelves up here that I saw on Pinterest, you know, everywhere, out of like spice racks and stuff. What do? They destroyed them and their books were constantly torn down. Think, oh, at night they're gonna lay here and they're gonna read books. No, they're gonna take these Imaginext toys into their bed and they're gonna make believe with them and they do not wanna read a book. The books are now in here. Otherwise, here my daughter will just come and just take them all out because that's the fun of the day. These bins fit perfectly in here. If you have a cubby system, I love these bins better because they're rubber. We've gone through so many of these because they get stepped on and mutilated and dirty and disgusting. Heavy duty rubber material. Again, I got those at IKEA in the laundry section and they were, actually when I got them, they were $3 each on a family special, but they are $5 each and they're super practical. We don't fold PJs. They come in here, they look through them. All they're gonna do is dump this thing out. That's how I find it. like the next day. I did this yesterday. If you are interested in a tutorial on this dresser, this was a Craigslist find. This start to finish was 50 bucks, and this is chalk paint. So I'm gonna probably write here like Cal shirts or whatever. Shirts are the only thing I readily fold, so they can easily pick one out. Everything else gets kind of thrown in a bin based on what it is. We had to take the ceiling fan down because of the quadruple bunks. So we put up that is an industrial fan. It is fabulous because it was really, really loud. Don't be too hard on yourself when you don't do all the fun, fancy things you see online. If I just did that, they would play in here. Not really. They need open space, which is what we have, and they need a very quick way to clean. Clothes in drawers, toys in bin. Shallow bin. Shallow bin is key. Well, I don't have all the answers, but I learned these things after the fact. There's so many projects I've jumped into, and then I'm like, that didn't work. So moms of slightly older kids, please tell us what worked for you, and so we can learn without making these mistakes the first time. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my videos. That would be awesome, and sharing is caring. If you care about this dresser, you want to know how to do it, I did tape that. I did a little bit of a how-to as much as I could because I'm not a do-it-yourselfer. I hate it, miserable, but I'm cheap. And I didn't want this room to look like mismatched grandma furniture. No offense, grandma. I thought it turned out pretty well, but I did a tutorial on it, and that was all day yesterday with doing that dresser. If enough of you comment that you want to see it, then that'll be my vlog next week. But I didn't want to take up an entire week's vlog with a tutorial on that if you guys weren't interested in that. So if enough of you say that you're interested in it, then I'll just post that as my vlog next week. Otherwise, I'm going to do it like on my channel for the subscribers if you want to see it. Bye!